What's up, everyone? This is the King of the Flows podcast, episode 2. Today's topic, we're going to talk about two things. We're going to talk about the top 5 quarterbacks going into the 2024 football season. And then we're also going to talk about the top 5 most talented quarterbacks in the league right now. So, all right. So the top 5 quarterbacks going into next season. I'm gonna do them in order. So number one, I'm gonna have Patrick Mahomes. It's basically self-explanatory. Basically, he took his team to the Super Bowl 3 times, won it, or 4 times, won 3 of them. He won one without a number one receiver. He won one with a number one receiver. He won one without a top 10 defense. He won one with a top 10 defense. So being able to adjust and doing what's needed to win and get the job done, while also being able to have the ability to lead the league in statistical categories, I would have to have Pat Mahomes, number one, especially how he burst onto the scene with the 50 touchdowns. I think it was 12 picks. That is GOAT level football right there. So Pat Mahomes going to have to be number one for me going into this season, defending champ. The number 2 best quarterback is going to be Lamar Jackson, in my humble opinion. If we put resumes on there, only Patrick Mahomes have a better resume. Aaron Rodgers also has a better resume, but he's not the second best quarterback this year. He's damn near 40. But so Lamar Jackson, he very good with managing the football, decision making. He's able to win. His running is still elite, but it has declined a little bit. But he's still a threat to run. He's still very fast. He doesn't throw that many interceptions, so you can take what you want. He's throwing 28 touchdowns, 6, 7, 8 picks. So, he's still a very top level quarterback with 2 MVPs to his name already before the age of 30. So, I'm gonna have Lamar Jackson as the second best quarterback. So the third best quarterback, I'm going to have to give it to Josh Allen. Basically, last season was the best running quarterback, even though I think Lamar is still a better running back just off preference because he's faster, but Lamar is a more powerful running back. And he also was more efficient with his legs. I think he had more rushing touchdowns than Lamar Jackson last season. So Josh Allen is a better thrower of the football than Lamar Jackson. The only weakness with Josh Allen is the interceptions. He'll see the opening for a high second, and with the cannon of arm he got, he think he can get it there, and then the window close up because these windows only be open for a quick second in the NFL. He's a professional player, so he sees it and he want to throw it. You got basically 4 options, 4 routes you could throw to. He'll pick the hardest route. He believe he can do it, and most likely he'll get the route completed. So the couple of interceptions is, damn, he already got 2 touchdowns and we up 14. I just accidentally threw a pick. Oh well, type shit. It's not like he's throwing picks when the game is on the line. He's more or less throwing picks when he's up, or if they already losing bad, if that makes sense. So I got Josh Allen as the third best quarterback. So the fourth best quarterback, I'm gonna have to give it to fourth best quarterback going into next season, right? So fourth best quarterback, I'm gonna give it to Joe Burrow. Came in phenom, not the best rookie season, but I think he got hurt. He could have had possibly had the best rookie season. Next season went to the Super Bowl. I think his first year as a full-time starter, right? It was his first year starting all the games, and he went to the Super Bowl. He beat the unbeatable Chiefs, which is just shocking. So he made it to the Super Bowl and almost won it. So he's utilizing his weapons very good. He do have a lot of good wide receivers, but that's to his credit. He is maximizing all of the wide receivers, and he's throwing the ball. He's getting it there, so he's not really making no mistakes. So with all those things into consideration, he got 2 number 1 wide receivers. I'm gonna have to give the 4th spot to Joe Burrow as the 4th best quarterback coming in the next season. Now number 5. So I'm gonna give some honorable mentions for number 5. These are the quarterbacks that's not that on my list as the 5th best quarterback. C.J. Stroud, probably 6 or 7. Jordan Love, one of the 6 or 7. Shout out to Deshaun Watson, even though he had a couple bad years. Just talent wise, though, shout out to Deshaun Watson. He'll probably recover one day. But the 5th best quarterback, in my opinion, shout out Jared Goff too. Jared Goff been balling, quiet as kept. But the 5th best quarterback going into next season, in my opinion, is going to have to be Aaron Rodgers. Now, to plead the case for Aaron Rodgers being the 5th best quarterback going into next season, you got to take into account the team he has around him. He has a very good team, almost as good as some of them Green Bay teams he had when he was winning them MVP seasons. Also, ability. Speaking of those MVP seasons, there's no other player that can win 4, that you could tell me can win 4 MVPs throughout their career that's left on this list. They can win 4 MVPs. So, and also as a Super Bowl champ. I might be forgetting one, but so 4 MVPs. What player that I left out can win 4 MVPs and get a Super Bowl in their career? So that's why I got Aaron Rodgers 5th, because he's most likely he could be in the MVP conversation. Due to the fact he usually throw a low amount of touchdowns. Interceptions. He usually throw between 5 to 10 interceptions a year. That I automatically put him in the MVP conversation. So those are my top 5 quarterbacks. Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Aaron Rodgers, just going into next season. So now we're going to talk about the 5 most talented quarterbacks playing right now. So number 1, is basically self-explanatory. He's going to be Patrick Mahomes. He's on the best team in the league. Super Bowl champ, defending Super Bowl champ, good stats. There's really no weakness with Patrick Mahomes. Just cut down on the interceptions a little bit. It's not really bad. He only throwing about up to 12 interceptions, about 12, 15 interceptions. That's not bad, but we want to get it down to the Aaron Rodgers level. Even though he's better than Aaron Rodgers, we just want less interceptions. Could we, we greedy. We expect more. Even though it's not a weakness though. All right, so that's the most talented quarterback in the league. He also, I think he threw 60 to 80 yards on his knees in the stadium. Yep. And threw the ball out the stadium on some Mike Vick shit. So Patrick Mahomes is the most talented quarterback, God-given talent. Second most talented, God-given talented quarterback is going to be Josh Allen. So in my opinion, Josh Allen could throw 80 yards. Out of 10 plays, he's throwing 80 yards 10 times. That's how talented I believe Josh Allen is. He's throwing that bitch hard. When you catch it, it's gonna hurt your hands. That's how hard he's throwing that motherfucker. So he probably got some good velocity in his throws. So I'm gonna have to give him the second best quarterback. Also, he can run very good, and he's very powerful. Maybe the most powerful quarterback running the football by far. And I'm on some Big Ben, but with speed type shit. The third most talented quarterback. The third most talented. So talented is a strong word. So talented is not necessarily who's the third best quarterback. It's more like who got the intangibles and attributes in terms of a raw prospect. So the third most talented quarterback, in my opinion, is going to have to. I'm gonna give it to Trevor Lawrence as a talent. He's 6'4", he's throwing 60 to 75 yards. He got a playoff win, so with him having a playoff win, that makes me think that he is smart enough to lead a team and make the right decisions necessary, even though He started off kind of bad in that playoff game, but uh, he needs to up the volume of touchdowns on his career. He's pretty good with his interceptions. He just needs to produce more, like more production for him to justify his talent. So it's like a Josh Allen. But Josh Allen first couple of years, he was throwing a bunch of interceptions, not enough touchdowns. And slowly and surely, kept climbing up the ranks. But the talent was always still second to me. So that's how I feel about Trevor Lawrence. Basically the same type of player with a little bit slower speed than Josh Allen. Fourth most talented quarterback, I'm gonna give it to your boy C.J. Stroud, rookie coming right in, throwing 25 plus touchdowns, less than 5 picks. I think he had like 5 or 8 picks, 5 to 8 picks. So that lets me know right off the bat that his mind is probably the top 3. Like his brain he is one of the most intellectual quarterbacks in the league already off his first year. So that's God-given talent right there. Being able to read defenses, decision making, and getting touchdowns, making plays, and winning and going to the playoffs. Yeah, so C.J. Stroud, in my opinion, is the 4th most talented quarterback in the league. So the 5th most talented quarterback in the league, right? So the 5th most talented quarterback in the league, I'm gonna have to give it to Justin Herbert. He have not maximized his talent. He have not utilized it to the fullest of his capabilities yet. But the talent is there. I've seen some very good dots. He throw them motherfuckers. He throw heat. He's sneaky fast. He's not really that fast. I give him like an 81, 82 speed on Madden type shit. You know what I mean? He ain't that fast. Probably 84. You know what I'm saying? But just Herbert he throws up some good stats. So in terms of just raw talent, I'll probably put him 5th.